In the sport of basketball, revenge happens time and time again. Usually it's a team versus team matchup, like the Cavaliers versus Warriors back in the mid to late 2010s. Sometimes it's player versus team, like LeBron James versus Cleveland after joining Miami. But usually it's never been player versus their own team.
Brother is a superstar talent, no doubt about that. But a lot of y'all out there, y'all out there encouraging people to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, how you want to do it, while you got your hand out for somebody else's money. Shut the hell up. How'd that work out for him now?
On a cold night in Oklahoma, the Thunder starting guard Josh Giddey would go down with the elbow injury, leading to their 2024 5th overall pick, Adonis Poe, to finally start for the first time in over a month. Not only is he starting, but Adonis is starting on Christmas Day versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Adonis legitimately, for the first time all season, played a great game, putting up 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 steals, all of which being career highs. Adonis hadn't scored over 15 points since the Thunder's 4th game of the year. Why that is because he hasn't played much due to his awful start to the year. This could be a fluke performance, but at least Adonis is showing he can show flashes of his supposed superstar ceiling. The Thunder end up winning 136-112 on Christmas Day, improving to a 24-6 record, the best record in the NBA. Hopefully this is a start in the right direction for the inconsistent top 5 pick. Moving from inconsistency to straight up dominance, Joel Embiid has been on a rampage this season, averaging 28 points and 12 rebounds while putting up 34 and 18 2 days before Christmas against Washington. Now on this Christmas Day game, Embiid keeps up his impressive campaign with a 37 point, 8 rebound, 5 block performance versus Miami. Philadelphia improves to a 19-11 record and are currently the 3rd seed in the East, while Miami continues their struggles as they fight for a playoff berth. And for the last Christmas Day game, the 21-10 Cavaliers play against the 12-19 Spurs in San Antonio. The generational big man Victor Wembanyama has really came into his own this year. His rookie year was full of ups and downs, but Wembanyama's skill set has mixed well with the rookie guard Jalen Anthony Thompson, making San Antonio a tough team to beat even though they aren't even over 500. The rookie guard Jalen Anthony Thompson actually played very well. In fact, he was dominating a top 5 defense on Christmas Day. Cleveland has been a stout team on both sides of the floor due to Evan Mobley taking that next step, and he's been a front runner for the Defensive Player of the Year award. It was a back and forth game on Christmas Day, but in the end, the fact that the Cavs had no Donovan Mitchell was the catalyst for the Spurs to win this game. The Spurs had been very good in the month of December, led by their young superstar Victor Wembanyama, who's averaging 26 and 12 in the last 7 days. The young core of San Antonio looks good in this impressive victory. Now for the first time all year, let's look at some of the up-and-coming rookies in this year's draft class. Aiden Anthony out of Duke isn't one of the most flashy guys in the draft, but he's very NBA ready. Aiden prioritizes at being a 3-and-D wing, ready to hit the catch-and-shoot jumper. Pretty much what the Lakers have been wishing for when they had LeBron. He may not have a very high ceiling, but Aiden Anthony looks to be a top 15 pick in this year's draft. Another Duke prospect is the 6'10 point forward Nathan Lazzarato. Nathan is the stereotypical skinny tall build that seems to be dominating the NBA landscape. Lazzarato has a playstyle to that of Kevin Durant, yet not as sure of a pick. Lazzarato is a very risky project player, but has very high upside. If he ends up being a bust, it may become a disaster for whatever team picks him. The Philippines phenom has been possibly the most talked about prospect so far. Rocky Michaelim has been compared to KD due to his long tall frame and his amazing ability to score. But to me, he's more of a LaMelo. He's not as much of a passer like LaMelo, but his scoring style is comparable, and I would say his ability to score is actually even better than that of the Hornet star. Rocky is one of the toughest players to guard, and he's been dominating the international scene. He's sneaky athletic and a player who has a knack of hitting impossible shots on a consistent basis. John Irving is possibly the best scoring guard in the entire draft, and maybe the best point guard prospect this year. As you can tell, Duke is creating absolute prodigies this year. John is like a Bradley Beal type of player, very crafty scorer but not very talented at playmaking or defense especially. Irving is a threat at every level. He's one of the best shooters in the draft and he has insane range that rivals players like Lillard. He's coming off a torn ACL which lowers his draft stock, but many teams still see the insane potential this kid possesses. Staying on the scoring end, Jamal Rush might just be the best scoring big in the draft. Syracuse has started off with a 3-11 record, which isn't a surprise that they suck, but what is a shock is the talent of Jamal Rush. He isn't a 7-foot+ demigod build, but his skill at hitting shots at all levels is similar to Karl Anthony Towns. Not only can he score, but his shot blocking ability is possibly the best we've seen since Wembanyama. Safe to say this draft is stacked with big man, and Jamal Rush is only an addition to a substantial list. And that's all for the rookies I'm going to cover this episode. I will cover the other prospects in the future, so stay tuned for that. Now for some injury news. Donovan Mitchell will be out long term for Cleveland. A devastating knee injury will sideline him for 5 months, which is pretty much the whole season. The only way the Cavs will get him back this year is if they make a playoff run, which is going to be hard without their main superstar. And lastly, the Mavericks' young superstar Javon Ayuk goes down with a knee injury of his own. This is concerning considering he's only a rookie and he's a big man, which makes leg injuries like this even more worrying. Hopefully he comes back full strength because when he was on the court, he was blossoming into one of the league's best bigs.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to report a trade.
The Nuggets have decided to trade young assets for older win-now pieces. With the Nuggets releasing Reggie Jackson, they needed another veteran point guard and they gave Gabe Vincent, while also getting the 3-and-D wing Tobias Harris, who fits nicely into this system. That does bring questions to the rookie Darnell Patton's role. Patton plays a very similar role to Tobias Harris, but now they're going to be splitting minutes and it's most likely that Tobias Harris will get the bulk of the playing time. Looking at this Lakers team now, they're very odd in the way they're constructed. They have young assets like Jalen Duren, Austin Reeves, and Vanderbilt that could be traded for star level players, but with their 5-24 record, I think it's time for LA to look for the future. They've recently traded a 2nd-round pick for Duren, and he isn't some type of star player, but he may turn into the Anthony Davis replacement. With AD having 4 years left on his deal, the Lakers have plenty of time to find a suitable trade partner. And now for the last game of the episode, the new look Nuggets play against the Phoenix Suns. And one of the best games of the year, the two 20-10 Western Conference powerhouses go down to the wire. The rookie Darnell Patton still had his moments even with the addition of Tobias Harris, but Patton's minutes are still something worth monitoring. Kevin Durant had a disappointing game, only shooting 8 of 25 from the field, while James Harden had himself a day, putting up a triple-double against Denver. In the end, the reigning champions proved too much for the Nuggets. The amount of talent this Phoenix team has is just insane, and it's proven to be nearly impossible to beat them when they're fully healthy. And that's it for the video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to make a player, go down to the link in the description on the Discord, and you can create a player there. And make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see y'all guys next time. Peace.